Hey everyone, it's Dr. Charles. I just wanted to take a minute to go over the 360 cardio assessment with you. It is a heart rate test to determine the fat threshold of your client. Now, the fat threshold is the point where your client stops burning fat and makes the program unique to them. Now, if you look under the philosophy section, and some of the things I've talked about is my intensity quotient, this intensity quotient is what guarantees that your client sees results not only from a fitness standpoint but a weight loss standpoint. Now, again, everybody's unique and everybody has their own fat threshold that is dependent upon their metabolism, their fitness, and the piece of equipment that they're going to be doing the 360 cardio program on. So it's basically the most crucial part of getting your client set up on the 360 cardio program. Now, again, the assessments are set up based on the fitness and the height of your client and should be conducted on the piece of equipment that they plan on using for their workouts. So whether that's the treadmill, the elliptical, or the bike, try to do the assessment on each of those pieces of equipment. Now, below is the assessment for the treadmill. Everything can be adapted. Instead of using incline, you can use resistance for the elliptical and resistance for the bike. But we have two levels of assessments. One is for someone who's slightly deconditioned or out of shape, or an individual who's a little bit shorter. The level 2 assessment is for someone that's in a little bit better shape or is a little bit taller. Now, the reason the fitness level is important when you conduct the assessment is you don't want to get someone going beyond their fitness level to where they reach their fat threshold too quickly. We want to slowly get them warmed up and gradually progress them and their heart rate to their fat threshold. The other thing we look at is the height of the individual. If someone's shorter, even though they're in good shape, their legs may not move quite as quickly, so we just want to take in the height of the individual into the account of the assessment they're conducting on them. Now, the key of the assessment is really just to follow along the segments of the chart, and all we're looking to do is to gradually increase our client's heart rate over the course of a 10 to 20 minute period, looking at their heart rate at each step of the way. Now, again, below we have two different types of assessments. One is the talk test and the other is the nose test. Now, the talk test, what we're looking for is basically when our client is starting to get out of breath. When they're starting to get out of breath, they start to produce more carbon dioxide, so they start to breathe heavier. That's an indication the body's switching from burning fats to burning sugars. Now, the way we're going to measure this is by asking our client to repeat 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, and so on, along with the timer on the treadmill. We're going to want to do that every 30 to 60 seconds approximately, and as our client's heart rate gradually increases, we're going to continue to ask them to repeat that 1 step, 2 step, 3 step process. Now, when the client has to take a breath after they say 2 step, that is the heart rate what we're going to pinpoint their fat threshold for. So if they go 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, and take a break or a breath, then they're not quite to their fat threshold. But if they say 1 step and then take a breath, they're a little bit past their fat threshold. So again, if your client takes a breath after 1 step, 2 step, the heart rate at that point is what their fat threshold is going to be. Now, for the nose test, we're simply looking at the heart rate where our client has to stop breathing in and out of their nose and start breathing in and out of their mouth. So the entire assessment with them, you should encourage them to keep their mouth closed and breathe in and out of their nose. Have them raise their hand to indicate that they're close to needing to breathe out of their mouth, and at the point when your client has to stop breathing out of their nose and start breathing out of their mouth, that's where we're going to set their fat threshold at that heart rate. Now, again, it's very important that you practice this because it's so important to having the 360 cardio program be efficient and successful for your clients. So practice it on one another. I have 2 videos as well as explanations listed below. But again, the fat threshold is the heart rate that we're going to set up the 360 cardio program based on the fact that your client stops burning fat at that heart rate and will guarantee that they lose weight and improve their fitness as a result. If you have additional questions, check out the Ask the Dr. Charles section. Look through the website, read below and watch the videos, and if all else fails, contact me directly.